Hello there and welcome to Auxum Stadium, respected and feared by all opponents. This might be, per capita, the loudest place in college football. Very tough environment for any visitor. Both teams have circled this game on their schedule. Two of college football's elite colliding here in a matchup of top 5 teams early in the season. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback making some changes at the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Grab down the middle. It's Parker.
Boy, he has such great size. I just love this play call on 1st and 10. The defense is expecting a run. Instead, you go play action and you throw it to the big man for some positive yards on 1st and 10.
That completion sets up a second down play. Now here's the toss play. He's brought down, but it's a first down, spotted near the 41.
Boy, good job up front by this offensive line, and a nice job by the back of finding that hole to pick up the first down. And honestly, Chris, this is what I think about when I think of Oregon. I know the uniforms and the flash and the dash and all the different things that people associate with this program. This is what I think about. Toughness, ability to run the ball when they have to pick up first downs, and they did it right there.
Looking to throw it on first down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He gets loose, able to pick up a solid gain there on the scramble.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Looking to pass here on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Austin. They've got him, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it about the 27.
Hey, a first down here by this Oregon offense. Nice to see the quarterback and receiver in sync and very efficient. Something that Oregon really prides itself on. As much as you want to think about that quarterback with the ability to run, remember, they can hurt you with their arm as well.
And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. That's caught. It's Austin. And he'll be brought down.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Getting set. Here's second down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Catch made on the right side. Defense able to stop him. It's fourth down now.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
So their first drive of the game, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Aggressive start. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And it's intercepted, deflected at the line of scrimmage. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
This just goes to show you everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. Oh, and he's got it. Big gain inside the 25. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
Boy, it's got to be so rewarding for an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. That's exactly what we saw right here. Yep.
And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Well, this isn't exactly how we envision this game getting started. You see an interception early, you're thinking, okay, great opportunity. Bang! They throw an interception right back. So everything is even. We can start all over, and the offense comes back out on the field.
And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. Breaks a tackle into the clear. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint at the 30 now. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Well, you can just feel the home crowd standing on their feet when this running back had a chance to start to accelerate downfield. They know exactly what this guy is capable of doing, and that he can flat out go. He took off on that one.
The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And he's brought down at the 3-yard line.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but it sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone.
Slide 22.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Takes the toss and heads left. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. That's an old-school leap, just up and over the defense into the end zone.
Man, that running back needs to find a picture of that touchdown. Up into the air. He can frame that. That's a nice score to remember.
And the PAT is good. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Had strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Moves the ball out across the 30, and it's good for a first down.
That's tough for this defense. You give up the catch, but you also let the receiver break a tackle and get some yards afterward.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Tackle is finally made, but the offense will set up now at the 44.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Quick pressure. They've got him down for a sack.
Chris, that is textbook by this defense in man-to-man coverage. Nowhere to go for this quarterback. He's looking around everywhere to find an open man. By the time he figures it out, it's a sack for the defense.
And the single back takes the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Kentucky, 0.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
This one will be fair caught. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Ball handed off. Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room.
A nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on and on, but right off the top of my head, you got to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs, and they're still trying to live up to that to this day.
And looking to throw now on first down. He'll try a pass here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of their first down marker.
Man-to-man coverage. You run the drag route. You'd prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
He'll hand it off. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense will try to convert a third and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down. The Ducks pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? He'll take a deep shot. And the ball is picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his second interception in this game so far. Obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
Big guys up front, line up. It's first down. Here's the toss play now, running to the right. Finding some room at the 25. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete and brings up second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Trying to extend the play. On the move, looking deep. Catch made down inside the 25. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Well, of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You get the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights.
Kentucky, 0.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. Interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Finally brought down, but the gain moves it to the 44.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. Extending the play now. In the clear at the 25. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
I mean, it's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. He's running out of time here. Escapes the pocket. They chased him down. They tried to run for it, but it'll bring up 4th down.
Chris, the advantage there obviously was with the defense on 3rd down and long. And they do a good job at taking away things downfield, but, man, you got to account for the quarterback taking off and running. Nobody does, so he gets big yards, and now he gives the offense a chance here on 4th down.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. On the run here, lets it go. That pass is caught. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. Here's a 1st and 10 play. Toss play to the outside. Breaking free at midfield. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Oregon. Made the defense look slow that time.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. And they heave it deep downfield. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Love to watch his quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Kentucky 10.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Powerful offense is back on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? They're going to run it. Moves the ball up to the 30. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Takes the toss, heads to his right. The sophomore able to bring him down quickly. The Ducks come to the line looking to crank up the tempo. Takes the toss, testing the right side here. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
That's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Checks this down to the running back.
The running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Empty set now, 5 wide. second down, looking to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket now. He's going to take off here. And they get him down, but that's a solid gain there to move the sticks using his feet. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half. And the Ducks will line up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the right side.
For the defense coordinator this week, all are we telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. It is complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Here comes a throw from the red zone. On the run here. Lets it go. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Look out, he's got some space. At the 30 now. At the 10. Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Touchdown.
Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it off.
The kick mishandled. The ball is loose. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. Let's see how the offense plays it here. Not much time remaining if they want to get a chunk play, put him in scoring position before the half. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. The Ducks will crank up the tempo. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. And he's got it. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Past the 10. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal. And the Ducks line up with a 1st and goal. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Timeout, Kentucky.
The offense threatening now. 1st and goal. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Now. Someone moved just a bit too early. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The offense threatening. Close to the goal line with a new set of downs. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Looking to scramble. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He bought some time, now lets it go. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Kentucky, 17.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Looks like one more play here before halftime. Handoff here from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Ducks will kick it off to begin the second half. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. They tackle him at the 8. Good coverage there. Bad decision to bring it out.
Kentucky offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Tiny space at the 20. Brought down to the 23. Good enough for a first down.
And that's a big-time run right there. Back deep inside their own 10-yard line, but they found the soft spot in the defense and took off. I think they got caught looking for a pass defensively, and it burned them big time. Great job by this offense in taking advantage of what the defense gave them.
They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here is impeccable.
First down, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting earholed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
Incompletion sets up a second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded. There not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Third down, the offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Can't find anybody on third down, throws it away, and now fourth down coming up.
Well, the defense was all over the field in the first half, and as we see here, more of the same to start this third quarter. Big question to me is, now you got a fourth down. Look at that scoreboard. I'll start to wonder, should I go for this?
Crucial play, down double digits in the second half. We're going to go for it on fourth down. And he drops back in the gun. Quick throw, testing the middle. And he pulls in the catch. Tackled inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
Defense is coming after him. Decides not to throw it and will take an enormous loss on this set.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
That sack sets up a second down and very long. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
So the ball at midfield, now the offense facing a 3rd and long. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
Turner brought down. Sets up the next drive. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. Passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Offense moving into a bunch formation.
Slide 22. Come on, set.
Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. The Ducks will come to the line to crank up the tempo. They'll try the right side on the toss. Finding some room at the 25. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down. Know what you need to do. Get the first down. Continue to hold on to that lead. Continue to work clock. And get that much closer to securing a victory.
The Ducks starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
The Ducks looking to cash in this red zone trip. And now the running back's got it again. And the Ducks look to keep this drive moving.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the ones that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Now they're running on the toss. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give them credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down.
Alert. Check.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Offense facing a 3rd down now. They can still get a first down without scoring.
42, Spider. Over.
They'll run the option. Pitches to the back. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
First and goal, handoff. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And it's just a thing of beauty to watch this offense. That's this guy's third touchdown. But give the offensive line a lot of credit. They're getting enough of a push to give him some room to show you what he can do with that space.
Automatic in the PAT.
35. Kentucky, 17.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. As the first down is still going. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
The old toss play, Chris, as you know, this used to be really a popular play in college football when teams ran this out of the I formation. Now in college football, you see them running out of pretty much any formation. But the key still is being able to seal the edge, whether it's your tight end or your offensive tackle, to allow the back to get to the corner.
Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43.
Picks up 4. Second down coming up. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Oregon 35, Kentucky 17.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looking to throw it deep. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Wildcats.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball underneath, shake and bake and go by you, or use his speed to get around you and make a big play like this for a touchdown.
And the PAT makes the lead 11, 35-24. Now they get set to kick it away.
Kentucky 24.
Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. The back's got it. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Man, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Toss play. Back heads to his right. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
And he'll drop back here on third down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team.
Kentucky offense will take over. First and 10.
Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Send the back in motion. Looking to pass here. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. An explosive play. They'll finally make the tackle down to the 27-yard line.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Running back grabs it on a screen. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Tackle is made. That's a short gain, well short of the marker.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And he throws his third interception of the day. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Across the 40. Inside the 20. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Ducks.
Well, it's just something freeing when you have this kind of lead and you can just turn the defense loose. Getting aggressive pays off for them here. They get the interception, and what athletic ability there to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Returner looking to create better field position. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. The Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick 6, a devastating play. They got to, and he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Touchdown, Kentucky. Just ran away from the defense. As the flea flicker executed perfectly, we're seeing more and more of this in college football, Kirk.
Yeah, and it's just one of those gadget plays you like to have in your arsenal. The defense, in this case, they were sucked up and completely out of position after that initial handoff. It allowed the receiver to get behind the coverage and make it for an easy touchdown pass.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Grab down the middle. It's Parker. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Gets into space at the 50. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
First down, looking to throw the football. And looking for a big play here. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, that's going to cost you.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. But this one is broken up, falls incomplete.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long.
Gaucho. Timber.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Oregon.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Griffin. Pilot. Go.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Finds his target, and it's complete. He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down now.
You know, it's 3rd down. As a quarterback, you're sitting there back in the pocket trying to find a matchup that you like. Pretty much everything taken away. I like his thought to get it to the running back because he's a talented, gifted player, but he just could not wiggle free to pick up the 1st down.
They went for it and failed on 4th down earlier. Let's see if they fare better here.
Here we go. Hornet. Terrier. Logger.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. 1st down here, time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. The Ducks with 1st and 10 here. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty.
Got it.
This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Toss play, running right. Gets some space around the 30. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if this defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big-time score.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Kentucky, 31.
They'll return it from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there.
Kentucky offense will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Aggressive call, a deep shot on 1st down, but incomplete.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's 3rd down.
Now, the offensive coordinator told us before the game they consider any one-on-one deep shot an advantage, but they couldn't connect on that try. Give credit to that defensive back, man. He played that perfectly.
Looking for his big tight end.
Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. It's a bit of a risk. With that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Trying for a 4th down completion. He's got it, enough for a 1st down. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. He'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
Looking to throw again. Catch made on the out route. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Pass caught. 2nd down now. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And he lofts it toward the sideline. And the downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Most offensive coaches, they're going to be happy taking those 50-50 shots against man. But I'm curious to see if they're going to test this defensive back again because of the excellent coverage he's having out there.
So off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 3. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up.
Ooh, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down. But what would be the play call?
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. Here comes a handoff. And this offense picks up the 1st down. They tackle him at the 44.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
On 1st down, they'll keep their running game churning. Second effort, their defense cannot stop him short of the marker.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. But that right there, man, that's what they've been looking for all game.
Caught by the receiver. He's tackled at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Kentucky.
The defense backed up against their own end zone. Receiver in motion now. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
This quarterback's got to be so frustrated. He's got an open receiver. He makes a good throw with a good route from his intended target, but this defensive back makes a heck of a play on the ball and knocks it away.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Wildcats. How in the world do you lose track of the reliable tight end on that play?
The only thing I can think about is the defense is so locked in on the wide receivers or maybe the running game that they just forgot about the tight end. The guy's wide open. That's an easy throw.
And it's the defense who stops the clock now with 17 seconds remaining. Offense is out there. They're going to go for 2 here. And try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he is stopped short. The 2-point try fails. He can't cut this lead further.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick.
49, Kentucky 37.
And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field with 5 wide. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Obvious false start there, moving too early. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Here's the throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Just 10 seconds remaining now.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted. Take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
Looking to pass here on second down. And it falls incomplete with just 6 seconds remaining to play.
This secondary knows how to keep their eye on the football and how to break on the ball. I thought the receiver was open. I thought it was going to be a completion. He gives you an idea of how instinctive and how athletic he is by getting into the way of that and knocking it away.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Hey, I understand the aggressive approach here on third down and long, trying to pick up the first down, but look at the scoreboard. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Smart play would have been to keep running the football, work the clock, force them to use their timeouts. Now at fourth down and long with the lead, tough decision here. I think you got to punt it away.
They will go for it again here on fourth down. They are 1 for 2 so far today. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Throws a rocket toward the right side. Incomplete on the final play, but they wrap up the win. So that's now back-to-back wins, Kirk, over quality opponents. This team really building some momentum.
I agree. I think there's a lot to build on with this team and what they've been able to do these last few games. We'll just have to see how far this streak can extend and how much this team can keep improving.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.